Because, bitch, if you micromanage me, bitch, I'm gonna be the employee. I'm gonna be the employee that's gonna not do my job because you getting in my business.
Messiah. No, that's
what?
That's Mr. Potato Head and the boy that made the post about the Clarky girl.
Oh,
we talked about that. Maurice, I had answered you back. Okay, so let me go.
Whole post and everything.
Okay, so we're gonna have a commercial break. We're gonna have a commercial break, and then we're gonna go to our next topic because being that Michael is up here and definitely Amaya is up here. Well, yeah. I'm here. About to. Yeah, no. I was. You want me to meet the panel? I'm here.
No, I just said that just to send it.
Okay, thank you, Puddin. Being that they are here, and this might. I just want to know y'all opinion on this. But we're going to thank you, content. But we're going to have a little commercial break real quick. So hold on, let me get this.
Girl, I hope this ain't GR.
I don't know you said that. I just like the way that gets looked.
Dreams are made of this. Who am I to disagree? Travel the world in the 7 seas. Everybody's looking for something. Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? Travel the world in the 7 seas. Everybody's looking for something.
Ooh.
Oh, but she ate that.
Okay, well that leads us into our next topic. No, I got one more commercial.
Thank you.
Hey,
I see the gift. Thank you.
I know it's been a minute, but I can explain. Okay. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's hard being creative. I'm just saying. Coming up with ideas and more ideas and talking. Sometimes I have nothing to say. What am I talking about? You know what I mean? It's dryness in here. Sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And so I wish I could be like Rihanna and just disappear for 11 years. You know what I mean? But then y'all would forget about me. And so, even though it's been a minute, I hope you still remember who I am. How are you doing, by the way? How's life treating you? You are my sweet strawberry. My sweet strawberry shortcake. Pumpkin cream pie. Tell me all about it. Okay. Adios.
Bad food.
Okay. Let's get into the video.
Hey guys, so I wanted to make a video and talk about sets that I no longer offer now that I'm a fully Christian-based business.
Oh girl, I thought this was some bullshit.
Don't condemn me for this one if I say it wrong, but astrological signs. I believe that's what you say. You know, like Virgo, Aquarius, Scorpio, things like that. I truly believe it's demonic. I don't play with none of that. I don't play with spirits. So personally, I just do not offer any type of sets. That goes for charms, drawing the sign, any of that. The next one would be anything with the evil eye. Now, or just the one eye period. I know there's a lot of controversy on that, but personally, I'm not doing it. So even if it's a part of other cultures, I completely respect it and understand. That's why there are other nail techs, but because of my belief system, I just don't offer the evil eye and things like that. Another big one that I've had to turn away is quote unquote angel numbers. I don't know what angels you guys are following, but you're not supposed to be worshiping any other deities or idolizing anything. And looking to anything, I guess, it's all witchcraft. I ain't even about to go into all that. I'm not even going to get into all that with you guys. It's not even going to be on the right audience watch. But the point of it is that any, 33344, I don't care what number it is, I will not draw quote-unquote angel numbers on nails. Another big one, I don't know why it's even trending, but a lot of people like those crosses, but they're like getting them, I don't like put upside down. I don't know how to explain that. I just will not put on a charm of a cross upside down, nor will I do anything that mocks God. So even if that cross is, you guys want other charms, a skull and crossbone, we're not doing that. If you are doing it for the right reasons, a cross is a great thing. I would love to draw it. I'd love to put it on your nails. But a lot of people I've noticed are not doing it for holy reasons. It's just trending to put crosses on your nails. And yeah, I'm just not for that. God's not a trend. So but these nails came out so cute.
Okay.
Girl, please. You ready, girl? You ready with this bullshit?
So, what do y'all think about Miss Thing's supposed to be, I guess, delivered or a Christian or whatever, and her saying that she's not doing certain designs?
I don't have. I think that we have to. I think we have to get away from. Let me say this. Let me say my side first, and then I'll straight why. I don't have a problem with her doing that. I think that we have to get away from the entitlement of because somebody does a service or you go to somebody to do something that they're mandated to do something. If people don't want, the same way when I said we had a conversation about the church thing the other day. If she's not willing to do a service that I want to provide, I will go somewhere else. I really don't take it as a form of discrimination because I wouldn't even want someone to do something for me that they don't want to do because now it's going to be lackluster and bullshit because they're not giving themselves to it for me because they don't want to do it. I just don't see a problem with this woman being a nail tech. It'd be different if she was it would be different if she was anything. But I think that when you come against those self-service rams, those kind of personal rams, where you just like for yourself, not wanting to do a certain nail art I don't think she should be canceled for it. Just go somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that, though. I agree.
I mean,
going to your beautician, they're like going to a natural. Okay, I'll give you a perfect example. That's like, okay, we have a hairstylist that only do natural hair, and then you bring her bundles to a natural beauty salon, and she say, "Well, I don't do weaves. I only do natural hair," and then you get mad at her about it.
Well,
right.
Now, Amaya, that may be a little different because this lady was doing it before.
It's her reason. It's not just her.
Let me
it's her reasoning, though.
Let me explain it. Your situation is a little different. This lady was already doing it. Now she's stopping. The girl who was doing natural hair was never doing weaves. Now she was doing weaves, and she's just saying, "I'm gonna do natural hair only." Bitch, find a new hairdresser.
But it's the same way with the nail tech. If she's no longer doing the service that you provide, go somewhere else. You can't force her to do something that's against what she want to do. It's her shop. It's her business. It's her shop. It's her business. It's her talent. How you gonna say, "Oh girl, you gotta drop me the upside down cross, bitch," or God, what you gonna do? You gonna break my hands and make me do it?
Go to somebody else. Move on to the next bit.
No, I greatly feel like Amaya kind of in regards to the conversation that we had about church. If something don't work for you, or something is not, if the environment you're in, or somebody is not moving for you, then perhaps that is not where you need to be. Go somewhere else. I think on the nail tech's part, she's selling herself short. But I get it. It's yeah, it's not no probably to it. She's missing out on a coin.
But let's be clear. Some people are not
willing to sell their self for their soul. They're not going to.
And let's be clear. I think it's the short-sightedness of it all, because even though I don't go to church every Sunday, I consider myself to be extremely spiritual. Me not selling my soul to a nail. I don't give a fuck about how much coin see, that's the problem. Everybody the dollar. Some people the dollar don't move. So sometimes the dollar don't move them. Sometimes it's about my salvation or my love for myself or whatever the case may be. It's the same way when you put a job. I put Nikki was I put a job in a heartbeat because my integrity of who I am means more to me than what you're paying me.
Mm-hmm. I think that's the place that young lady is in. I think, and even though even in doing it, she's selling herself short. She's gonna miss a coin, but on the long goal, she's standing true to how she feels.
Yeah.
Y'all can go somewhere else. Don't offer this service. Go somewhere else.
When I was looking for a makeup artist in Atlanta a while ago, I came across this girl page, and she was like a Muslim, and she was a black Muslim lady, and she wrote in her caption, she was like, "I do not do men makeup."
And that's her prerogative.
That's her prerogative.
It's her business.
So you know what? I hit her up.
She said because of my beliefs, I cannot do men makeup. Say what?
Hold on, I'm not a man. I'm a drag.
No, I really think she honestly truly did that.
I'm
kidding.
No, Ian, I really think she
why would you want to give somebody your money who don't even want to service you?
Then they're going to give you a half-ass job, and then you're going to be somewhere upset. You don't got nobody to read it yourself.
I really think that's what she was being a little shady.
She was, but why would you want to give your money to somebody who don't want you to have it? Because now when they give you a half-ass service, they fuck you over, they woo to you, and now you want to spend their hair time. Well, you could just move it around and took your money to somewhere where it's going to be beneficial for you.
You're welcome.
I'm not giving my money to nobody who don't want my money.
I also feel like people want to believe that just because they have money, they can make people do a service. And if I don't want to do a service, I say I'm not going to service you, then guess what, bitch? I'm not going to service you.
I'm not
doing it. Fuck you, bitch, and your point.
But then people want to say, go to that person and then complain about it afterwards. Like, girl, what did you complain about?
When they told you up front what I'm giving. And I'm telling you up front, this is not what I wanted to provide. And you want to waste your money coming to me anyway. Then your service is there, the experience is there. Girl, that's like the KKK having a rally. And then, bitch, it's a KKK Burger King right here. And your black ass gonna take your money in there. Bitch, you gonna give whatever you got coming to you.
Bitch, you gonna be the burger.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all good, y'all. You cannot force it. There's a sense of entitlement. Because you have money, don't mean people go just sell it. Everybody not willing to sell themselves for $1.
Right. Money does not equate to a total privilege. It does not.
No.
Yeah, to open some doors to you, but there are, like she said, there are some people that's not gonna be in. My belief is my belief, and you're not gonna make me bend on it.
And that shit too. And we become too entitled in a society where everybody should do what the fuck we want because I can pay for it and I have the money. No, bitch, I don't want your money. And if I'm telling you in a nice way up front, and you choose to book me anyway, and your experience at night, because those be the same people that scream bloody murder when it's no good. If I'm telling you nice up front, find somebody else. Just find somebody else. Even in that video, she wasn't rude. She said, I just don't play about God, so I just rather not. She wasn't rude, disrespectful, nasty. She just gave her, this is my business, it is my talent, go somewhere else.
Well, nasty ass.
No, I don't personally, there's some things in there that I was like, girl, honey, you're reading too deep. You just get in your word and read it. But I mean, that's how she feels. Shit, I can't sit there and tell her how she feels.
Also,
astrology is dumb, honey. I would put it on there.
I don't know what y'all are talking about exactly. I think we as black people and as gays, I feel like there's a sense of entitlement. It's like somebody got to do it. Especially for people that live in different regions. Let me say this. People that live up north that are used to things going the way they go, they get a reality shock when they come down south. Because a lot of people in New York feel like, oh my God, why don't y'all just do this? It's not that easy here, Toto. You're not in Kansas.
What you know, Nick?
It's very much given. Well, you go out there and try to do it.
The conversation we just was having is on the right track, and it was.
I just don't ever see how somebody want to give somebody their money. Why would you want to give your money to somebody who don't want it? That just doesn't make sense to me.
Wait. The conversation was relevant, right? But I think like what me and Michael was saying, or also what I was looking for. Wait, what if I do not leave? You know, I work on. Bitch, shut the fuck up. What I'm finna say, the part when she was explaining and saying certain things, when you really think about people that's like, go to Christianity and stuff like that, i.e., I'm speaking from personal experience, like my cousins, my aunt, and all that stuff, it's like they just like now you got a whole nother way of thinking. It's like what you be saying, it don't make no sense though. You get what I'm saying? Like some of the things that she said made sense, and that was her reason.
It was only one thing that she said that I didn't agree with. Yeah, right. And that's why I said I think she should get in her Bible and read it a little more.
Because the way that they do, like, this is what they say in the Bible, and they say it's evil, so I'm going to tell you that it's evil now, and I don't want to hang with you guys no more, or I don't want to do, you know what I'm saying? Like, when it become like that,
that's their walk. That's their walk, though. That's their walk. That's their walk with Jesus. And people got to understand that.
And that separating piece is the thing that might be the very thing that's keeping them on their walk. So I get why some people have to just completely separate. I get it. Because that little bit of temptation might be the very thing. I might can stand it, but you can't. It might cause you to fall. So, hey, Pooh, if it's going to cause you to fall, I get it. Bag all the way up. Do what you got to do, Pooh. You do what's best for you. But I'm just like,
because I'm going
to do me. Astrology, honey. Even astrology is in the Bible, girl. So,
So let me, okay, so this, this is how I feel, right? Now, this is just my opinion. But, this is how I feel. You can, like Amaya said, what I agree with some of her key points that she made. If a person, is, in this case, religious, and they don't want to do certain designs or certain things or what have you because it's against their their mortality or their morality, I guess is the word. Then just don't go to them. You don't have to spend the money with them. It's just like if it's a baker and the baker don't want to service gay couples or make a gay cake, you know what I'm saying, for a same-sex marriage or whatever the case may be, then you just go somewhere else where they're more friendly, you get the better service. I feel like, now this is my opinion, I'm not attacking nobody when I say this. I feel like when it comes to religion, any religion, y'all know I'm not for that whole construct of your mind and capping you off spiritually, because I feel like we are spiritual beings having a human experience, and all these things are part of the human experience. But can't nobody tell me that a book that was made by a man that y'all said was created by whoever, some malevolent or benevolent being or something like that, it's supposed to be the end all be all to what my life is supposed to be. I'm just not buying it. I used to buy that story, but I just don't. I'm just not buying that story. And how you're trying to convince people is that this person who didn't even know you was supposed to have died for you and stuff like that. Like, no, I've moved away from that. I don't knock nobody who do still subscribe to whatever religion institution that they want to, but for me, it's not for me. And I also believe, and especially seeing evidence that people can say whatever they want to say, but the Bible is not the beginning and the Alpha and Omega to when creation started, because there are things that are on this planet in this dimension that is older than the word than the Bible itself. So, with that being said, kudos to her for whatever, for how she run, her, it's her business.
It's her business. It's just strange to me that people will scream and shout to give their money to somebody who don't want your money. And then when you get fucked over or get a bad experience, you be the first person who want to scream, well, I'm not coming back here because you didn't do me right. Well, you should have came in the first place, bitch, because I told you I didn't want you here.
I just never quite understand why people want to sit in spaces where they're not welcome.
Business. Bitch.
If you're not welcome somewhere, then baby, why do you want to be there?
Why even come there? Exactly.
Well, if I'm not welcome, baby, I don't even want to be around you.
No, I'm not giving you my money that I work for.
Right.
I done labored for this, and I'm handing a bitch that don't like me, don't like what I stand for, don't like what I go for. I'm handing you a coin to continue not to like me. I'm fine.
It'd be different if I didn't know up front what you didn't like or what you won't do or something like that, and then I came into your service. But I gave you the explanation up front, like, hey, let you down. I'm not here for that. And then again, that is somebody's talent. So when you get there, you sitting her cheering with your entitlement. Are you gonna put a gun in her head and say, "Do it"? No. It makes no sense to me.
I agree with you.
But don't you think Miss Mama needs to read it? She needs to read a little deeper. And I mean, she sounds like she's a baby in Christ. She just said she's a newly converted. She might be
new. She might be thinking she might be in different denominations that believe different things. You know what I'm saying? All of that. And it doesn't take her. And people got to understand that sometimes when you are doing things different, you have to separate and remove. Sometimes people think, whether it's not even about religion. Sometimes it's about drugs, alcohol, attitude, all that. Sometimes you have to separate and remove to do things different.
Because like I said earlier, Maya, what may send me over the edge, what may send you over the edge, it might not send me over the edge. But if you know your limit and you know what you can take and what you can handle, who am I to tell you what you, girl, I can't do that. Bag on up, do your thing, Pooh. I get it.
Right, Michael. Just like somebody who's in AA, somebody could one person may be able to go to a bar and be fine around it, but another person could go to a bar and can't handle it.
Listen, they teach you an NA and AA. The first thing you have to do is change people, places, and things. Because if you don't change those three things and you still hanging in them thing on, you might eventually you're going to start doing the same shit you're trying to run away from.
Yeah.
It's the same way when you coming home from prison. You cannot, I'm telling you from experience, you can't hang around a bunch of it. I had to, in order for me to stop or be just trying to slow down on my craft, I had to separate myself from it. Because the same way I'm addicted to cocaine is the same way I was addicted to crafting. I had to separate in order to move up. And it was and it's still a hard road to go. I still do things sometimes in the craft world, but I also know my limits because I tell people in a heartbeat, if I go too far, I ain't coming back. Because I know me. There's nothing wrong with change. I think people want everybody to be the same because as long as you fucked up, it don't make me feel that bad about me being fucked up. See, people don't like you to change and people don't like you to grow because then it shines a spotlight. It shines a spotlight on them. And that woman not doing nothing with her artistry that she doesn't like. That's like her. You going to the nail salon and the bitch say, I don't do French tips. I don't give a fuck if I did them yesterday. If I no longer want to do them, bitch, that's it.
When I did tell girls in a heartbeat, I don't braid, bitch. I'm not braiding. You know why? Because it was hard on my hands. It ain't that I couldn't do it. It ain't that I didn't have potential to do it. I just went in the mood for my fucking fingers to be cramping for hours. Good luck, good touch, get somebody to braid you up and come on back.
And those things, these are stylists. These are their talent. Like Naima, a hairstylist, a nail tech, a person that definitely a person that's a stylist. That is their talent. And you cannot force me to be uncomfortable to do something for you, bitch, if I don't want to do it. That's simple.
I agree.
It's simple as that.
When you're right.
So this is my gift.
So we can already have us another commercial break, and then I want to bring a piece of news to y'all about as far as like health in the body, and how certain companies have. Well, you'll see when I pull it up. But hold on, we're gonna have a commercial break.
Naima, now these sponsorships.
You came in this doggone live and you came in this comments pressed as a fucking panini as you always are, bitch, saying something to me. You said something to me, okay? I don't be saying anything to you. It's always a bitch that's burnt between her legs like a roasted chicken, bitch, that always want to say something to me. Mind your fucking business, bitch. I'm not even talking to you. I came up here to address some other things, girl. Again, let him send whatever he going to send. Drag queen, drag man, imposter, Inspector Gadget, built up like the Michelin Man. Let him send whatever he going to send. Bitch, you
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Big O Live presents The Studio, hosted by Naima. Don't be mean, send a beam. See you there, beast.
Sloppy body, bad body, crunchy body, prostitute body, smelly body, sloppy, nasty, distasteful body. Hold on, Callie. Not only will she not throw rice in a wedding, but she won't even bust a grape in a vineyard either.
Bitch.
Either. Not even shut up, bitch.
You daughter!
She ain't got a drink in the fruit like either.
I can't take Naima seriously.
It says American Heart Association was paid off by Procter & Gamble to say heart disease was caused by saturated fats, not seed oils.
Ooh.
The American Heart Association also claims that pro-inflammatory inflammatory seed oils like canola are heart healthy. I wonder who paid them to say that. Well, now, you know, honey, as G.I. Joe would say, knowing is half the battle. So, if y'all gonna cook with any type of oils, then make sure, you know, I would suggest maybe like well, with me, I fry my chicken, my pork chops, what else did I fry? Fish, whatever the case it may be. I fried in olive oil. My olive oil comes in a glass jar. 100% pure cold pressed olive oil. That's what I fry all of my foods in, and I've been doing that for years. I would say get y'all that if you can't find, which you should be able to, cold pressed olive oil that's in glass, not plastic, that's in glass. Then I would say get y'all some beef tallow, which is also good to fry and cook stuff in. Get y'all some, or if you can't find that, get you some ghee to cook your foods and stuff in and stuff like that. There's other healthy alternatives, or avocado oil. I have avocado spray that I use when I'm baking stuff and when I'm putting stuff in the oven just to heat up and everything. I use the olive oil. I mean, not the olive oil, the avocado spray. And all it says on the back of the spray is avocado oil. That's it. It's nothing else that you can't pronounce or any other things and stuff like that in there. And I ordered the brand, but I get the brand by Chosen Foods. So yeah. Just be mindful of that. Okay. So I'm gonna go to this next topic right here. Let's take a listen.
I
knew you was coming here.
Hey. Stop her. Hush, hush. Silence in the name of Jesus. I lift my hands into the only voice I want heard is his. So praise.
Okay.
And the church gonna say, yeah, girl.
He completely out of order, and then the choir.
Girl, get the service together, please.
So, That's a sassy church. So what do y'all think about that I guess he a pastor or whatever, his title is at that church, snapping his fingers at her a couple of times and telling her to hush. So before y'all go in and say anything, when I grew up, for me, when my mother brought me to church, ever since I was a child, and and basically grew me up in the church. This woman wasn't speaking in tongues; she was just hollering. But even so, when people were, if it's a song going on, or they in the middle of worship, or they say the spirit is moving or whatever in the building, I've always heard from the churches that my mother took me to and that I grew up in that, you don't disturb whenever the spirit is moving or whatever. They were like, almost kind of whisper whatever song, that they singing and stuff. Also too, when there's someone that's like in the building and they speak it in tongues, they've been, they quiet the church, and and then normally the pastor would interpret whatever that the person was speaking in tongues and saying and stuff like that, because they supposed to know whatever that the person is saying, or or knowing what that the spirit is supposed to be saying at that moment. So for me, when he snapped his finger at her a couple of times, to be like, hey, hush, doing all that carrying on, like, and he walked up on her. You don't know what that lady was going through. Hey, Pedro, what she was going through, what could have been on her mind? Something could have happened to her. Let me tell you something, right? And I'm only speaking from experience because I used to go to church, right? Because I used to be into the church. A church is supposed to be, and I'm using in quotations, supposed to be. The church is supposed to be a spiritual hospital for spirits or souls or what have you to come and quote unquote, get some type of salvation or some type of answers spiritually, or some type of relief, or or some type of healing, or miracle that they want to come into their life, right? And so, hey, Zolansky, and so,
hey, baby,
when people are crying, while you're in the building, while you're in church, you don't know why somebody's crying, or somebody is speaking in tongues, or somebody is just shouting or something like that. You don't know if that person may have just gotten a breakthrough. You don't know if the word that they heard, caused them to reminisce of something, or or a song may have hit their soul and just really opened up something for them, or did something, to them. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like when I seen that the other day, I was like, wow. I was like, now how I grew up, that wouldn't have been acceptable. Like, I don't give a shit.
I want to say something to that. I think we talked about this the other day.
Yeah, with Nikki, that's where the conversation as far as people doing what they want to do go somewhere else.
Yeah, that's where that comes from, because when I heard the entirety of the story, I guess, is when they say that they've been dealing with it, and this kind of situation with this same woman for 4 years. If he has been rebuking you, or not accepting your praise, or thinking that your praise is not worthy to be in their church, whatever the case may be, why would you continuously put yourself in that position? My thing is, if it's a 1 to 2 time, and okay, Pastor, you and him talking, okay, that's one thing. But years upon years of somebody telling you, we don't like how you worship here. Listen, I grew up extremely apostolic. So I don't feel comfortable.
Oh, it was a tight fit over there with you, Amaya. Ooh.
I can't be. I wouldn't go to somebody's Baptist church, because it's completely different than how I was raised in church.
Oh, Amaya, she would set her foot to it, baby.
I'm gonna take you to a whole different. I'm not used to any of that because I grew up Catholic. So you know, in the Catholic Church, they're not doing all of that.
And see, and let me explain.
They will ask you to leave.
And see, like my thing, I couldn't go to a difference in religion again. I couldn't go to a Catholic church because, see, in my apostolic faith, we're taught that Catholics are demons because y'all worship deities that used to be human, as far as like making people like Mother Teresa and them saints. So I've always had a very ill will about a Catholic. And so, but of course, I wouldn't subscribe and join a Catholic church, knowing how my thought process is.
Mm-hmm.
And lady, if you've been in that church for 4 years and that pastor been telling you to shut up for 4 years and you still going there, then somehow, some way, you kind of like the abuse. Because there ain't nobody going to tell me about how I'm aware. Listen, I get into it about anybody about how I worship God to this day.
Wait, what did I do? You said lady. What I do?
I think honestly, Naima, when I saw that clip, I knew that there was a backstory, and I knew it from two places. I know Keon, and then on the other, Keon is very. What you see publicly is not what you get privately. He has a big heart, very sweet, very kind. That was the pastor. Yes. Okay. And Keon also serves in the office of bishop. So bishop is in his office as it relates to how he leads. It's his job to bring about order. That's his job. That's what he's a bishop in a church. It's his job and mandate to bring order. When something is out of order, it is my job to set it straight. No matter where it is, what is going on, it's my job to bring it forth.
Absolutely.
That woman had, and you could tell from amount because of the lack of response from people. Nobody moved when she did all of that. Notice everybody around her did not budge. So that told me this. She do this all the time, honey. She carries like this all the time.
So are they saying that it's not genuine? Was she
Well, I didn't hear that part. I just heard that they've been going
No, it wasn't said that it wasn't, because he actually did a follow-up interview on Tamron Hall about this, because Tamron wasn't going to let that slide by and not ask. And his answer to this is, his answer to it was, this is a repeat thing. This is something we've gone through for the last 4 years. It wasn't a judgment as to whether or not she was real, but it was an open distraction in a moment where we're trying to hear what God has to say. God don't always talk loud. He don't always talk loud. Sometimes to hear God, you got to get in a room by yourself in silence.
To listen to that still voice, To
listen to that small little bitty voice. So if I'm in a room and you're screaming, I got music going, I got people worshiping, and over all of that, I hear you screaming at the top of your lungs. How are we gonna hear God, baby? Hush. I get it. And that's me growing up in church and having family members that are pastors, preachers, all this stuff. I get it. I definitely get it. I think the slang part was it was done on camera. I hate that. It's not him. It's if he's singing, he needs to hush. That was the minister of music. If his that's treading over into somebody else's office, I'm not gonna do that. If he's a minister of music, his job is to minister music. He should have already prayed, fasted, did whatever he needed to do to be in tune with the pastor to know what he should do and what he should not do.
The minister of music is ushering in the spirit of what they're doing.
Yes.
So he should not have hushed because they all have a role to play and a part to play. And you still have been screaming at the top of your lungs for 4 years ain't the role.
It's not the role in this moment. And unfortunately, I hate that it went down that way. I don't know that I've heard Keon or any of them respond by saying it was fake or she's putting on an act. I didn't hear. I think a lot of people feel as though by him commanding her, and really when he was commanding the spirit, because if you're in the spirit can speak to you. And one thing the Bible says, the Holy Ghost does not show itself unseemly. It does not. It's not going to make a fool out of itself. So if you have the Holy Ghost in me is going to speak to it and tell it be quiet. And if you really are in the spirit, that's why you come on down, baby. Come on home. Come on down a little bit.
And I think people have a problem understanding that spirituality speaks in commands. It's not. People have whitewashed spirituality to be this feel good thing. Spirituality talks in commands.
He basically said it was fake on Tamron Hall.
He basically said, I think that may have been your takeaway, because he did not say it was fake.
Well, let me see. Hold on.
Yeah, basically saying it and saying it outright is two different things. Interpretation and intent is two different things.
Yeah, because we may receive stuff different ways. But if he didn't say outright, well, this woman is faking. My assumption is, yeah, she's one of those people in the server. We call it, where I'm from, we call him a weeping Wanda, the little character off Good Times that would show up and she would just start grieving over everybody that died. We call him a weeping Wanda. Oh, here she go again, girl, weeping Wanda.
If I've been dealing with this for 4 years, if I felt uncomfortable in my spirit, I remember me and my father was going to a church, and the pastor was preaching, and he said something that did not sit right with my mother. And they had been in that church. That was my family ancestral church. And she said, "We're not coming back here because it don't sit right with me."
Mm-hmm. Don't sit right.
She said it don't